air Colt pistol. Let's see what we can do to this Dr. Pepper can.
It went all the way through.
Hello everybody, I'm Garrett, you're watching 11 Bang Bang. Today we have kind of a Colt. Not really a Colt, I guess you might say. This is the Umarex, I believe it's pronounced, Colt marked, Colt licensed air pistol. And as you can see right there, we got Colt markings all over the box. This is the Peacemaker. They make one that's called the Ace in the Hole, and they make an NRA special. Now the Ace in the Hole is a 3.5 inch gun. The Peacemaker, like this, is a 5.5, and I believe the NRA special is a 7.5, possibly a 7. I don't know, I've never actually handled one. But what this is an CO2 powered air gun that looks and feels just like a Colt. Even has a big hole there in the end of the barrel, but as you can see further down in there, of course, it gets smaller. Now this is a very cool gun because I'm going to go ahead and unload it. Like I said, air gun here. We're going to open it, put it on half cock, and eject actual cartridges. Now these cartridges have BBs in them, and this can be used for pellets too, I believe, but we're just shooting round BBs today because we got a lot of those and it's just for the fun of it. This is just a little plinker. Actually be a pretty good trainer for a real Colt because, like I said, it is a heavy duty gun that weighs almost as much as a regular Colt. Now, I want you to listen to this. Oh, 4 clicks, just like the good Lord intended, right? We actually have the ramping Colt right there on the frame. On this side, we have the copyrighted Colt logo, so this is a licensed Colt, not firearm, but a licensed Colt replica BB gun. Everything else, you got this base pin that comes out, you know, you got your half moon ejector rod, and this gun is made out of steel and it's heavy. Now, a few of the screws are in the wrong place. Well, you have to because this is not an actual firearm, this is a BB gun, like I said, and it just, you know, but it feels like a Colt, that's the main thing. It also has this little safety right here, which slide it down and it's on safe. Slide it up, you got red for fire, which you really have to have that these days with any form of pellet gun, but really I just kind of leave it off. Let's see just how much it weighs compared to the Uberti replica. This is a Cattleman 2. It's not really apples to apples because I believe this gun to be heavier than an original Colt, just slightly, but I don't have an original Colt and 5.5 inch barrel to test. These guns both have 5.5 inch barrels, and step back, cameraman. Just look at that, guys. I mean, from the top down, this one's actually more historically accurate because it has a steel backstrap. This one has a brass backstrap. These guns are pretty close in all ways, shape, and form. I've heard some people talk about the grip being a little longer, and it is just slightly longer, I guess, on the air gun, but that is because it has to contain the CO2 cartridge in there. Well, it's not completely historically inaccurate though, because here I have my 1872 open top, which has the 1860 Colt Army grip on it. And as you can see right there, yeah, that's pretty close. Basically, this is a single action Army, but instead of having the Navy style grip, it has the true Army style grip on it. And that could have been done historically. That was done historically by some people who had larger hands and didn't like that shorter Navy style grip like this one has. So anyway, without further ado, let's weigh this thing and see just how it stacks up to the Uberti replica. We're zeroed. We're going to go ahead and put the air Colt pistol on it. I'm just going to lay it across like that. We got 1 pound 14 ounces, basically 0.4. Here we're going to do the Cattleman 2. I'm going to check it right quick, make sure it's empty. I know that's not apples to apples, but it's a decent comparison. So what we got right there is 2 pounds and 5 ounces. Now, we are going to go ahead and load this with the CO2 and see if we can get a little closer. Fully loaded CO2 and cartridges. Let's put it on here. 2.2. Now, that means that loaded, this gun weighs a couple ounces lighter than this one does unloaded. But in reality, that's not bad for a BB gun. it still feels like a Colt. It's heavy, pretty close. When you're within ounces of a replica, I'd say you're all right. And just out of curiosity, my brother wants to know, how much does the Schofield weigh loaded? Almost I'd call that 215, 215 and a half. But you got to remember, this is a long barrel gun, so a long barrel Colt might weigh close to the same. Have to try that out someday. Okay, so first of all, to load the gun, you're going to take this plastic grip off here, and you'll see right down here in the base, there is a screw that has a hexagon slot that matches up perfectly to this hexagon slot in the grip. So just like that, you unscrew it. I'm letting my brother Noah load this because I haven't loaded it yet. Here. We got our Crossman CO2 here. Just insert. And then you screw that screw back down until you break the seal on the CO2, I believe. Oop, there it broke. You heard it go. Tss. Now we have our CO2 installed. Just snap the grip back in place. Now comes the interesting part. We have these cartridges that are not actual cartridges. Show us those cartridges, Noah. Now, so we have here is a hole in the back. Does the BB just go in the back, or what? Oh, show us how it's done. Put the BB in the hole in the back. All right, so this is the part I can do because it's just like a regular Colt. As you can see, we're all the way down there. There's the safety notch. I'm gonna thumb it back one click after that. It's actually 2 clicks to the half cock notch, frees up the cylinder, which doesn't spin free like in a real Colt, but it does at least move. And then we are going to take our preloaded cartridges that have the BB in them, and we're just gonna go ahead and load all 6. Now, with that BB in there, kind of cool, it looks like a primer. All right, guys, we have the Umarex air pistol here, and we're drawing off of a Duke Fraser production holster. Just goes to show you how close to the original this is. This is designed for an actual 5.5-inch Colt single action army, and this gun just fits it like a glove. So, without further ado, let's go out here about 30 yards and see if we can hit Cowboy Bob with some BBs. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can hear that in the camera, but they're hitting. That's the trouble, is sometimes you can't tell when you're empty because it keeps making the same noise. All right, so let's eject our empties. Whoop. Gotta remember to put it on half cock.
He's gonna fill that in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's hitting hard. All right, guys, we got 6 more preloaded cartridges in the Colt air revolver. We're gonna go out here. I got a 10-inch plate at 15 yards, and I missed. There it is. Guess what? It shoots high, kind of like Colt. I'm gonna go for a little plate. High. You gotta really count your shots because if you lose track, like I said, you don't know where you're at. And we are empty. All right, so let's set up some tin cans and do what you're supposed to do with a BB gun. What do you say? All right, guys, we're loaded up with 6 rounds again in the Umarex. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Correct me if I'm wrong. Air Colt pistol. Let's see what we can do to this Dr. Pepper can.
It went all the way through.
The other one's open, so it's not going to be near as impressive. I think it bounced off that time. We're hitting it, but it's not going through. Go get that can, Noah. All right, guys, there's that can. Turns out Caleb had already taken a drink out of it, so I went right through it. It just shot above the liquid. Put it up there, let's shoot it again. This thing does shoot about 4 inches high, so, you know, but that's not an uncommon thing for us Colt Colt shooters. All right, got one more BB in there. Close the loading gate. And a hit, and it didn't do anything. All right, let's load her up again and shoot some tin cans. All right, guys, so we're loading up one more time. I just wanted to point out that these cartridges are made out of brass, and they are heavy. They feel just like a regular, probably like a 38 special cartridge. Oh, there we go. All right, let's try that again. Now I know what's going on. There we go. All right, Caleb thinks he's gonna take those Dr. Pepper cans at about 20 yards. Let's see what happens. Oh, two-handed. Cheater. All right, everybody, this is Noah's gun. He's gonna shoot it. Now, Noah, are you over 18 years of age?
Yes.
Tell that to the YouTube. They don't always believe us. All right, do what you do. Is that what you do? Hey, there you go. Well, you know, give it to the guy who owns it and he can shoot it. I think you're out. All right, Bob, you've terrorized me and my little dog enough. Have at it. He won't do that anymore, will he, Highball? All right, guys, so that's all I really have today for the Umarex air pistol Colt single action army, whatever you want to call it. You know, I was looking at the box and it says that Umarex is from Arkansas, but on the back of the box the gun actually says made in Taiwan. I really do enjoy it though, because it is a heavy piece. You know, it feels like a Colt. Be good for training your kids gun safety, teaching them how to load, unload, things like that. If they're going to be handling a single action army style gun or a Ruger or something like that, this is a good way to start. Now let's shoot some plowboy loads through it. Oh wait, just kidding. Anyway, trust in God, keep your powder dry. Bye.